I'm Christine and welcome to the first episode of Stories I Ate This Month. Stories I ate this month. I haven't settled on a jingle yet.
Off the hook, but the phone never rang. Beast on the beats, no claws, no fangs.
Alas, I've decided to start a new series called Stories I Ate This Month. Because I ingest a lot of stories, like not just books. I'm talking like I watch a lot of movies and I always want to talk about them. And I don't have a structure in which I get to talk about them all with y'all. And this month I read like a record number of books. Like I don't think I've read 5 books in 1 month in, I don't know, so long. I feel so accomplished right now. I watched 6 movies, I read 5 books. When you eat a story, it's not like when you eat a sandwich and then you digest it and it leaves you. Well, sometimes stories are like that, but like the best ones, you digest it and it's like The Sims. You know when you played The Sims and you wanted them to earn skill points? You had to like bake stupid meals, and when they got enough skill points, they could bake like a Thanksgiving turkey dinner, you know, and the skill points go above your head. That's how I feel when I read and watch new shit. It's not just entertainment, I'm also earning skill points. We're always learning things. So without further ado, I present to you the things I ate this month.
Off the hook, but the phone never rang.
The first book I read this month at the very start of March, and that was You Don't Know My Name by Kristen Orlando. I've been working with Macmillan. They sent me this lovely book. It's about this girl in high school who's been training all her life to become a professional spy, a black angel, the secret section of the CIA. Why does she know about it? Why is she training so young? Because her parents, her mommy and daddy are both spies that work for the Black Angel. So her whole life, her parents have been spies. Like they go off on these missions all the time. She's constantly training and she's had to switch high schools a lot. Anytime an enemy is able to access one of their identities, they have to pick up and leave. She's finally stayed in a school for longer than a year. It's coming time to apply for colleges. She has a best friend who she has a giant crush on. She's settled in and she doesn't want to move again. This was a really quick read. It was fun. I really enjoyed her high school life, learning about her dynamics with her friends and this boy and juggling that with like her secret spy training life. I really love watching the relationships grow between her and the town around her, and her internal struggle about like, does she want to be a spy? Like, does she want to follow this path, or does she want to take her own path and do her own thing separate than her parents? I do think the overall plot was kind of rushed. I feel like this book could have been 2 books, and the first book would have been her dealing with her high school life. Meanwhile, her parents are spies and she's trained to be a spy. And then the second book could be this big mission she has to go on. And I feel like those 2 plot lines were crammed into this smaller book, and it suffered a little bit from that. I think I'd give it a 3.7 out of 5 stars. I give it an 86. It was fun, but a little rushed. Next, the first movie I watched in March was actually a rewatch, but I haven't talked about it at all with you guys before. It's The Edge of 17 with Woody Harrelson and Haley Steinfeld and that really cute guy from Everybody Wants Something and Glee. I love this film. I remember when it was in theaters last October or something, it had an amazing Rotten Tomatoes score. I think it was like 95%. And I was like, wow, I need to see that movie. And I never got to the theater to see it. So once it was available on Amazon, I was so excited. Natasha and I watched it in February, and then Katie was here and we wanted to watch a movie, and I was like, I really want to watch this again. I loved it just as much the second time. It's a comedy, but it does get dark at times. It's so cute and it gave me so many feelings. It was just fantastic. I highly recommend you watch it. Haley Steinfeld and Woody Harrelson, like I loved all their scenes together. I love Woody Harrelson's character. I mean, if I was gonna compare it to something, I would draw parallels to like Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, like that kind of comedy. And this goes to, I would say, like a happier place, whereas Earl goes to a sadder place. For me, this gets an A+, 5 stars. I loved it. It's going in my favorite movie section. Book-wise, the next 2 things I read, I already have book talks for, so I'm not gonna go into detail, but The Trials of Apollo and Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I read both of these books. I'm so proud. These are both books that I've wanted to get to for so long, and I finally did. I made individual book talk videos for each of these, and I'll leave the links to those in the description below. The next thing I watched this month was Amy Schumer's Leather special. It's not really a movie, but like it's an hour, and I really enjoyed it. Amy Schumer's comedy, like sometimes she pushes it a little far to like a crude place for me, and sometimes I don't find that comedy as funny, but I really enjoyed the Leather special. I thought she was great. Definitely recommend it. It's on Netflix. It's not for youngins. If you consider yourself a little young and you don't want like rated R comedy content, definitely don't watch it. The next movie I saw was, of course, Beauty and the Beast. Couldn't miss that one. Cinematically, I thought it was beautiful and I really enjoyed the music. I just like don't classically enjoy the story of Beauty and the Beast. I feel a little uncomfortable because I'm like, I don't know why you like him. You know when you like don't buy a romance. I don't buy the romance. He just threatened to imprison your father forever for stealing a stupid rose from the garden of his abandoned castle. Like, and then you took his place. He was kind of nice. He threw a giant beach-sized snowball at you and it was like funny, but I didn't get to see you get up off the ground, so I don't know. I just don't know about this. And it's the same with the original. I was just always like, I don't like the Beast. Do I want him to be cursed forever? No. Do I love him? No. I love the guy who plays Gaston. Oh, he was wonderful. He is handsome feller. Handsome feller. I loved Emma Watson as Belle. My favorite part of the whole movie was the opening sequence. The song called Belle. Belle's my favorite character in Beauty and the Beast. And I'm just like, you could do so much better than him. You could do so much better. You don't have to settle. You don't have to settle for this guy. So I give Beauty and the Beast a B+. Like, again, I think the movie was executed super well. The next book that I read this month, I just finished it yesterday, is my second Sophie Kinsella book of all time. I've Got Your Number. Can I have it? Can I have your number? Can I have it? So I read I've Got Your Number. I really wanted a cutesy contempt. This isn't exactly what I would call a cutesy contempt. It has a lot more going on in it, and there were a lot of parts where I was like, this is so wordy and I don't care. I just want to get to the cutesy part. So it probably wasn't the best Sophie Kinsella book for me at this moment, but I didn't know that. I enjoyed it. It was cute. I'd give it a B, like an 87, so like B+, sort of an ideal. It was enjoyable, but it was frustrating. It was like a frustrating love story, not as frustrating as Love, Rosie, but like kind of frustrating at a lot of times. It's just like, no, I did have fun picturing the male lead as the guy from the TV show about a boy. He's also in New Girl. His name is Sam in New Girl, and the guy's name is Sam in here, and it was like instant dropped him in. I love that actor. The next movie I watched this month was The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This again was a rewatch. Natasha and I watched it because I don't know if you've seen all the Disney movies, almost all of them are on Hulu right now, which is really cool. So we decided to watch Hunchback of Notre Dame again because both of us don't really remember it. All I remember is that I hated it. I did not like that movie. I watched it when I was like 8, but I did like Esmeralda. I thought she was the coolest. Upon rewatching, I still strongly dislike this Disney movie, but I do love Esmeralda. She is the coolest. It's just such a dark, depressing Disney film, like all the time. I just felt so sad, and all the songs are just not good. They're just foreboding. Natasha and I were relating it to Les Mis. You know, Les Mis has like a million songs, and it does have gems, like a lot of gems in Les Mis, but like, I don't like every song on that soundtrack. There's like a lot of in-between singing that's just like there, and that's like all of the Hunchback of Notre Dame soundtrack in my mind. I personally, not my cup of singing song tea. I'd give this movie a C. I also rewatched The Swan Princess this month with Natasha because she had never seen The Swan Princess. Oh my gosh, I was like, how have you not seen my beloved Swan Princess? I missed the music from Swan Princess. I love This Isn't My Idea, na 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 na. You know, this isn't my idea of fun. For always and forever. Is that what it's song? Do it all, ba boo, ba boo. Practice, practice. Oh, and No Fear. Oh my god, there's so many good songs. Like, I love every song on that soundtrack, except for the one that the bad guy sings. What I did notice upon rewatching The Swan Princess, though, is that the quality of animation is so low. I didn't pick up on that as a youngin'. We watched it the day after we watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I was like, whoa. I'd give it an A-, solid A- still. The next movie I watched this month was actually Coyote Ugly with Tyra Banks and a lot of other people. Tyra Banks is not the lead at all. She's just there in it, and that's what I associated with Coyote Ugly because I'd like seen her on the poster. But Coyote Ugly came out ages ago. I think in 2000 or 2000. Yeah, 2000. I always wanted to see it. It was like Crossroads, that one with Britney Spears. I wasn't allowed to see that because like it had to do with sex, and I was only like 9 or 10. My mom said it was inappropriate. She said this was inappropriate too. For all these years, I felt such a strong need to see Coyote Ugly. I needed to see that because I wasn't allowed. And then I saw it was on HBO Go, and I didn't want to work anymore. One night, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Coyote Ugly, and there's nothing anyone could do about it. I texted my mom while I was watching. I was like, guess what I'm watching, Mom? Coyote Ugly. And she was like, why? And I was like, because I was never allowed to. And she was like, okay, I guess I'll allow it. So anyway, the movie itself, I really enjoyed it because I didn't know what to expect. And it was kind of like a coming-of-age little rom-com, and it was cheesy. It was very 90s, but I enjoyed that. Then I looked it up afterward, and I saw that it came out August 4th, 2000. It just all came back to me why it was so important that I saw it, because I loved going to the movies on my birthday. And that's my birthday. I definitely wanted to go for my birthday, and they wouldn't let me go. I give Coyote Ugly like an A- because I enjoyed myself with that. I felt very triumphant watching watching it, and I love seeing them dance on the bar, like the choreographed dances, and I love the romance. Like, I love the guy that plays the love interest. I immediately IMDb'd him and was like, why haven't I seen him in other stuff? Is he in other stuff? And now he's like in his 40s. The last book I read this month was, of course, The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I have like 8 hours left on my audiobook, but by the time this comes out, I will have finished it, and I will be doing a book talk separately about it. You can find my thoughts there. And the last movie I saw this month was one that I could not see because there's so many good reviews, and that is Logan. Every time I announce a movie, I want to be like, Logan by blah 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 blah. It's not by anybody. Starring Hugh Jackson. I'm not like a huge X-Men fan, but my favorite part of X-Men was always Wolverine and Jennifer Lawrence. Like, I like the movies where they're more prominent characters. Logan is definitely my favorite of the X-Men movies that I've seen. It concentrates less on like the whole X-Men phenomenon and more on these characters and their dynamics together and the different relationships they formed. It really humanizes the situation happening. I really enjoyed it. It was very violent. It's rated R. The violence equates to like The Walking Dead. You see lots of gore. It was an intense movie, but I enjoyed it. I'd give it an A. Like, I think it was really, really well done. The little girl in it kept reminding me of 11. Their expressions were so in sync. The way that their characters acted were so in sync. My mind kept flashing back and forth between the two of them. That about wraps it up. Those, ladies and gents, are all the stories I ate this month. I think my favorite story of the month, I don't know. Like, I want to say The Edge of 17. I hope I gave you some new recommendations to check out when you're craving a new movie or a new book. I am Christine. I make videos every Tuesday. I am at xteenmate on Instagram and on Twitter. Let me know what your favorite story that you ate this month was. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!
Off the hook, but the phone never rang. Beast on the beats, no claws, no fangs. Bring your crew, invite the whole gang. I'll make you say bang. I'm a dude.